Friends, fiends, have I told you that the Gaping Maw has never invited me to tell my stories? No? Well, I'm certainly not bitter about that. But enough about me. You're here to get right to the story, and I respect that. When last we spoke, Tazlin had her heart-to-heart with Nax, and then the party made their way to the Wang Doodle, which had exploded. We picked things up right as our heroes make their way into the Gaping Maw. All that and more in these Demon Days.
Gotcha. So then, yeah, stealth would be required as you're going back deeper into the city, especially towards the Gaping Maw. You're going to be passing through a lot of territory, so this stealth would also be navigation, zigzagging. So yeah, let's get some good numbers.
While we're rolling that, John, so full plate as heavy metal or as heavy armor. Like, I guess all the heavies in 5th don't allow for a dex modifier. It's just like medium goes like armor plus your dex modifier, and then it caps out. But mithril is a light, flexible metal. If the armor normally imposes a disadvantage on dexterity stealth checks or has a strength requirement, the mithril version of the armor doesn't. So does that mean if it's mithril plate, you get your dex modifier to it as well?
Yeah, that's how I intend it. It is...
Okay.
You don't lose any of the... You don't have the disadvantages of heavy plate armor.
Got it.
Daddy, rolling hot. I can't wait for us to get into combat and for me to just waste all this. So, 19 on the die on stealth, so that's a 27.
Cool.
And then I rolled my eye for detail check, 16 and 17 on the die, so that becomes a 28.
28. Useful to know. 2, 3, okay. How about you guys? Tazlin?
16.
16? Not bad. Yusuf? What's in your situation?
15.
15. Okay.
That was initiative. You want stealth. Actually, it's the same thing. It's +1.
Okay. You guys start to make your way towards the Gaping Maw into the city, and as you get further in, it is now further enough in the day to where more people are out and about. Feder, you're noticing a lot more Dominion Guard activity out and about, and through your really high numbers and your guys' decent numbers, you're weaving, avoiding any sort of notice. A few bunches of them do appear to be looking, but not looking for not looking for anyone specific. They don't have like a sheet of paper or a parchment of a portrait that they're going off of. They're just looking for anyone who could fit descriptions, vague descriptions. And so you notice that they're looking about, looking for trouble. And this takes you a little while. It takes you a little while longer because of this. But eventually you get to the clearing that leads to this Gaping Maw, which is a multi-story large structure, kind of the highlight of anyone looking to hobnob, to get contacts, to carouse. This is the tavern. And Tazlin, you know that this place is the one place where adventurers can get really drunk and decide to descend into the maw and try their hand at navigating the Underdark, and not many survive.
Yeah, a lot of dead bodies down there.
Yep. It's a chance for bravado, and also it's just a nice place to, for evolution to take its run, and anyone who is stupid enough to fall in. It does a lot. It does a service for the city in terms of foolhardy adventurers. As you get there, though, it is thick with Dominion Alliance soldiers. You guys are in an alley. You're looking at it, and you see many at each of the doors to get in. Well, the main door, and a lot milling about, not necessarily looking for anyone, just kind of keeping an eye on the biggest place where anyone might go. this is not a very secure or safe area to be. And, very busy at the moment.
I'm going to go ahead and while we're hidden in this alley, I'm going to cast Disguise Self. And I am going to make myself... Sorry, I'm such a dumbass. I've been avoiding saying the name. What's the name of the carnival people? I keep wanting to say the Beauteous View, and I know that's the other people.
No, that's the Menganalar.
The Menganalar. So yeah, I'm gonna look like make myself look like one of the Menganalar.
Okay.
Menganalar.
One of those guys.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I look like one of the drow. Pretty much whatever kind of counts as a uniform for them, whatever heraldry or whatever identifying markers. Pretty much so that if because I'm sure that the pulling back of the drow would be a thing if we wanted to pretend like, oh, we're sending other people in, or if the new head of the Mangalar is there to just look through the operation.
Yeah, sure.
Change of management and all that, then I feel like that's a decent guise for the moment.
Sure. And that an hour, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, it lasts for an hour, not that it takes an hour to cast it.
No, it lasts for an hour.
Okay.
God, that would be... Can you imagine?
I was going to be like, all right, have fun. I'll see you in there.
Yeah, can you imagine if it, a spell meant to help you get out of places, if you were like, hold still, and you were just...
Cool. And then, so you're in the alley, and yeah, it's pretty busy out there. What are you two doing? Tazlin and Yusuf?
Oh, I'm, just walking right up.
Walking right up?
Using, because you never know. Sometimes the crowd benefits you, other times, and I'm confident in my ability to talk my way out of shit, so.
Sure. You guys start to make your...
Right at her side.
Sure. You guys work your way through the crowd, and you get to the door, and there are two guards out there. You get the sense, well, Tazlin, you know that normally there wouldn't be guards blocking the way into a tavern, a place of business. So they're on the lookout. They give you a once-over. You can go in. Just keep an eye on your drow friend. Nice armor. And they pass you by. They're more looking to the horizon, thinking that they'll be able to see anyone coming.
I just kind of, in passing, nonchalant, I'm like, it's a little unusual to be here. Is there something specific you're looking for?
That would be Dominion business, ma'am.
I kind of turn on the charms, reach over, take my finger, kind of draw it on his chest a little bit, and just kind of I'll roll a persuasion here and be like, sure you don't want to share some gossip? 28.
Yeah.
28?
God damn.
19 plus 9.
Jesus Christ. My
Yeah.
stats suck. my best is a +6 in athletics.
Okay. I thought I had you beat there. It was like a 23 I had. Mm-hmm. There's a sense of this is inappropriate. I don't know.
I flatten my hand and run it up and down his chest, over his neck, being like, just some little gossip.
There was a sense of just the contact, the closeness. They were not
prepared for her.
They were not prepared for her. They were.
She's fun you don't see coming.
Right.
Yep.
Maybe a particularly lonely sort, or someone who is a little bit more. They've been working a lot and they have no life. Mm-hmm. And so you kind of keyed in on that.
Yep.
And just some stuff at the Neil, shenanigans. We're looking out for a group of cutthroats or something. Something happened.
Cutthroats, huh?
They were devilish. Kind of the horn thing, but it sounded like they were much more gruff looking or mean looking. I don't know. You look too nice.
Oh, probably those fucks in the black armor.
Oh, I'm sure. And
Looks
I just
like a
kind of
group of 4 or 5.
twirl a finger around my hair, be like, oh, thanks.
And then the other guy on the other side of the door, just he's missing out. He feels like he's missing out. Yeah, no, yeah, very much so. Mean, big guys, like big devil types, and nothing like you.
I give the other dude kind of like a little wink and be like, "Will you guys keep me posted? Let me know if you
Sure,
manage to see anybody."
Yeah. You're gonna be around for very long.
I think so. Yeah, we're just going in to have some good libations, and if you get off post, maybe come join.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you may go through.
Thank you.
And then they kind of resume their post, and they
I give them both like a slight little hip bump as I go by.
The one guy who you were, hands on with, just the reddest face possible, like
anime nosebleed.
Yeah. the other guy on the other side of the door, just like, and they're holding, like, they got their spears, they got the alliance garb, not necessarily the Neil quality. Like this is more like not quite well fitting, leftover hand-me-downs. But yeah, they
last
let you
year's
through.
edition.
Yep. And you guys make your way in. The Gaping Maw is a multi-storied tavern whose claim to fame is the massive hole in the middle of the building that leads down into the fabled Underdark, or as they call it here, the Undercity. Hugging the side of the entrance to this maw is the tavern stage, on which you see a familiar band playing Flip It Kissy. They don't pay you any mind as you three enter. Yusuf, Tazlin, you enter, and Feder, you are coming in disguised as a drow, I believe.
Yeah, it's pretty much one of the low-level folks from Nax's organization. Just
Okay.
theoretically, if they're guards down where we're headed that look like me, I just want to kind of match.
For sure.
Yep.
And as you enter, you notice that the place is fairly busy for the time of day. I think we're into the evening. We're getting into the fun time of the evening, and it's crowded. So you're pushing your way through a sea of very energized and energetic people. You three, especially you, Feder, you notice that the entrance part to the maw, big hole that people can go down into, is heavily guarded and heavily moderated. So there's a contingency of guards that are around there that are letting adventurers, go down. This is kind of the general gist of it, and Tazlin, you remember this. Just adventurers can get up there and go down. Like, all right, we're going to tackle the Underdark and all the adventurers that might entail. But before now, it's always been just unregulated. Like, hey, buddy at the bartender, I'm going down. Cool. But there's a lot of Dominion presence here, and they've kind of got this hold on the traversal. And as you guys enter, you see maybe 3 or 4, a small party of 3 or 4 would-be adventurers going down, and they're filling out parchments, writing their names down, being given like the 20 questions of who you are, what you're about. And other than that, you see also at the far end the somewhat crowded bar counter itself, where there's a bartender. He's very tall, very beefy, and very blonde, and very friendly features. And he's scurrying back and forth, and howdy do, and how do you do? And he's helping them. But you kind of have your look of the place.
So, Yusuf, what do we think the play is here? Just pretty much go down as adventurers that way? Do we try to... I mean, theoretically, with the current upheaval that's happening, we might be able to use that to advantage somehow, but not quite sure which way to play that, right? Nax, we know, called back all of his guards, right, Taz? As best as we can remember?
I did, yeah.
Yeah. So, I wonder if they're still expecting patrols. We don't know if they actually use the main entrance for their business, do we? Probably not. Or is there another way down, do we think?
I think there's only one way down.
I mean, all of that has happened within the last 4 to 5 hours.
Sure. Right. Well, but I mean, what I'm saying is that if I look like the way I do, maybe we can just say that we're down on, Nax's business or relaying a message or something.
Do we know? I know you recalled them. Do we know if they've actually left the site yet?
Probably too soon to say.
Well, if they have, we could say that we were going in as replacements. Hired sellswords to replace them being pulled out.
Sure. Or we could just, I think, say we're part of the changeover. Yeah, exactly. We're part of the changeover that's happening.
I think we're overthinking this.
Oh, okay. Great. A stiff drink and let's go.
You all make your way to the bar. The bar counter where the very friendly, tall, blonde fella is serving people drinks. And he greets you with a warm smile and a wink. Howdy, folks. What can I get for you? He doesn't seem to look at you guys directly.
Yep.
He's kind of strategizing his route to the drinks and who to serve. And he's got an overview. Like, he's doing, like, cooking mama with it.
Sure. I'll just throw a gold piece down on the bar and be like, 3 top shelf something for we're doing the thing. We're heading down there, but just something to remember us by,
For sure. So, a couple specials coming up, and he gets to work. There's a few people he's getting drinks for before you, so you have a free minute to look around. Feder, in where you guys are standing, your passive perception being what it is, what was it, like 26?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yes. Perception and investigation are both 26.
Yeah, being that you can see so much.
Mine's a big, thick 11.
Daddy.
11.
For both.
You're, Yusuf, you're in the moment. Feder is outside of the moment, and in the moment, and around the moment. This is the camera photo mode.
He
In any
sees
game.
through space and time.
Yes. And Feder, what your eyes pick up is that someone off in the far distance is passing a note and looking at your guys' direction. Not you specifically, but Yusuf and Tazlin passing someone a note, and they briefly make eye contact with you.
And with us?
With you guys, yeah, and just nods in your guys' direction, and kind of nods at the person delivering a message to you. And by the time you get your drinks,
Right.
and the time this messenger gets to you, about maybe 5 minutes, and they just pass the note and leave. Just a random person. Seems friendly, seems uninterested. Just here's a note. If any of you wish to open it, who's taking the point on that?
Who
Oh.
was the note handed to?
Yeah.
Just to you guys on the bar counter. Just
Okay.
here you go.
Sure. I'll take a moment, do an eye for detail on the letter itself for anything nefarious or bullshitty.
And I proceed to upset him by just picking up the letter.
God, go. Okay. All right.
Taslin reads, I memorized explosive runes today.
There you go.
The note is just hastily written on, saying that the cook is not who they seem, and that there is another way down into the maw via the cook. And a little winky face.
This is the wink hieroglyph. I've seen this before.
Right. Well,
And around this time, the drinks are being set down in front of you. Yusuf and Tazlin and Feder.
Are emojis thieves' camp?
oh yeah, wouldn't that be
Yes.
great if just all Thieves Camp was just a bunch of fucking poop emojis, and everybody pretended that like it's our secret language that no one understands. Just going around with a bunch of stamps, stamping walls.
Thump. This one looks like a mushroom.
Someone's spreading shit all over the city.
Eggplant,
Someone
eggplant,
shit on the coats.
eggplant,
Yeah. So
Journal
peach,
sticking
eggplant.
together.
that all happens roughly.
Yeah, come on. Come on.
Must
To
have.
have a little bit of fun with it, I guess.
Not on the Blackguard page.
Or
Really?
maybe twice on the Blackguard
I
page.
mean, it's possible.
Wait, we can keep this under. Are they alive? Are they dead? What happened to them?
There's only one left. We
There's
think.
one left.
There's only one left.
Big Meanie.
Big meanie, yeah.
Big Meanie got out, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he runs away.
God
like
damn.
a scaredy cat.
The
The douche.
Gang, this show's good. We should
We should record this.
record more.
We should record this.
All right, so
yeah. So essentially, it all happens roughly around the same moment. You get the letter, the little note. Tazlin
Right.
yanks it from you as you're grabbing it, and you quickly try to clock the fella again, whoever
Sure.
they were, and they're gone.
yep.
They've given a note and they've left.
Ninja, vanish. Poof.
Right then.
Parker.
No, just you wait. I'm ready for some.
What is there anything else I can get for you guys before I get carried off into this other sea of people here to help?
I can't wait to watch you get carried off. And then I just like pick up the drink and say skull and down it and
Nice.
Clinkies and
Which way's the kitchen? I have a friend back there. Wanted to go say hi.
Huh. Okay. Yeah, behind me directly. He points towards the back. There's a fairly large curtain that cordons off the main area where he's serving drinks from the back kitchen, and you sense you sense some disgust from him as he thinks about the cook, in terms of you asking and you can tell this just from your insight and how you're looking at him. There's a judginess. And okay, yeah, he's back there, I guess.
I just want to roughly look around based on his response at what's the food options like if I look around what are people just loudly chewing on.
It's all calamari.
Does the cook spit and piss and all?
Yeah, I just said this is pan just slow-mo of people just putting greasy disgusting food in their faces, or is it pretty okay?
Is there anything on this menu that is not swimming in gravy? Oh, that's the chef. Hey, pal. What's your policy on special orders?
Hey, pal. You don't see anything in the immediate table. Kind of behind you as things are being disseminated out into the crowd, there is a sense of things have really gone downhill.
Oh, sure.
You can hear that muttering in your immediate area behind you a bit. You know how servers will take things out and about, and you'll hear kind of a general rumble in the crowd.
Yeah.
There is kind of a sense that things have been let go, and there's even a wrinkle of the nose of the bartender. Just if you want food, you can, of course, go back there and ask him. I can ask for you. Just don't... It is what it is.
Right, great. Well, we prefer to go have a word, if that's all right.
Be my guest. I won't stop you. And he just kind of... His mood is soured at the cook's thought of the cook, but he goes off and starts helping other people with their drinks.
So I think I just want to scan the room really quick to see if anybody else is fucking staring at us as we make our way back.
No one else is giving you any mind.
To the kitchen.
Yeah, no one else is giving you any mind. There's a few cursory glances from guards at the mall entrance, the main one, but more of a sense of, some other people to visit the cook, sort of you see one guy sneers under his helmet. At a 26, you can see that sneer, just
sure.
Ugh, talking to the cook, that sort of thing. And yes, do you all follow in? Just go into the thing, or is it just Haslin leading the way?
No, if she's going out of sight, I'll stay with her to back her.
And as you guys head in, push through the curtain, Yusuf, there is a warmth that kind of pulsates in your armor. Something to keep in mind. Nothing too serious, just an occasional kind of a breathe in, a breathe out feeling that is very long. So breathe in, a minute, breathe out, sort of thing.
Wait, so the armor's making me do that, or I feel
a heat.
armor do it?
I'm using breath as a way to visualize it, but it's a heat. There's a really warm...
Don't try and explain it to him. He's less intelligent.
I'm not attuned to it, thank you very much. I'm still as dumb as I was. Wait.
Attuned.
God damn it.
Oh, you big, dumb, beautiful boy.
I hate it here.
You guys go in.
Oh, we love you.
You enter, and it is a messy situation. It's a very not well-kept kitchen. Think in terms of maybe the worst of what you might have seen in a bar rescue or a restaurant impossible sort of situation, where it's someone needs to come in here and clean up the act of this place. Fantasy version. It's bad. And you see this Goliath.
How bad?
Unsanitary, unhealthy.
So we're talking
But I've been to plenty of restaurants in Dis.
Right.
There's just organs out. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
but they're
maybe
st-
somebody's
they're
getting
still
carved up
fresh.
that's still like.
That's literally fresh meat.
Yeah, true.
Are we talking like 3-month-old tartar sauce in the fridge? Like how
Yeah.
bad is it?
Some things have things growing on them that are just being recycled back into the thing. It is unkept, uncared for. The thing you three, even in your experience in the different forms of hell and just your travels, you walk in, and it's like the person doesn't know how to cook or
Sure.
manage a kitchen, and there is just one fella, a Goliath, scurrying around, attempting to make food. He's tall, similarly beefy to the other guy. The people who employ the bartenders and the cooks here have a type. He's shirtless with just an apron, but he's got tattoos all over him.
Just an apron?
Just chest, apron, pants. He's got pants.
Okay, pants. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotta do that roll for pants check.
Feder, an interesting thing you notice about this Goliath as he's moving about, not cooking well. The tattoos look weird and fake to you.
Oh, yeah.
In a sense of like, imagine someone drew tattoos on themselves and they got it almost right.
Sure. Wild.
But the things that they got wrong are kind of like what, this is a real pull, but you would think of it. The things that House got wrong about paper.
Oh,
Or
sure.
House, like, so there's a sense of, this is what tattoos might be like. I don't know.
Right.
No regrets.
Full ice, man. Just full ice cold.
Or no regrets.
The
No.
kanji for youth, soul, and beauty actually says
Soy
enter
sauce?
in back.
And yeah, as soon as you enter, the floor is dirty. There's also pots and pans and barrels on the floor. You make noise coming in, and the Goliath startles, drops their pot of something, and it clatters and spills out some food. And they just turn, like, dust their, like, brush their hands off the apron. Yeah, what's going on?
Hey, hey, friend. I don't know if you've heard, but things are going all to shit out there, and Bonham sent us down here to take care of some stuff. You know, so if you could just, I haven't been. It's my first time taking the shift, but point us in the right direction. We'll get out of your hair.
There's a brief moment. If you want to roll some insight.
Oh yeah, I'll roll some insight. I'll roll some insight on this motherfucker.
I'll assist him.
Natural 20.
I will also roll.
Okay.
Which just
Not as much.
John, because you know 26 is a high number.
Yes.
9
but
is
is
not.
is 31 a higher number? Because I feel like it is.
Look, at a certain point, it's like I'm letting you roll because you need to roll something. You know?
Sorry, I apologize for those of you because it's an auditorium. There's just a Cheshire's shit-eating grin on my face, and I
no.
apologize.
I dig it.
I roll because I have to, and it's one of my 4 proficiencies that I have in skills. So I like to use it whenever possible.
Here's the thing though, like if there's like a strength check ever,
for me.
I am fucked. Like if we have to, if there's like lava rising and we have to, I'm done. So like somebody better catch me.
So hold on a second. What is the number next to your insight?
5.
Okay, what's the number next to your insight?
11.
Oh, okay, you beat me. My number's 8.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys are very insightful folks.
Are we, Yosef?
You also
smart
have 2
boy.
more proficiencies than I do.
That's true.
Yeah.
So there is a recognition, an unhidden recognition of Bonham.
I have 6 proficiencies.
Ooh,
That's
daddy.
what I'm saying. I have 4.
There
I'm
is
big dumb.
a big old dumb. There is a recognition of Bonham's name. A confusion on his face that is like, I don't recognize, like, okay, this is other people. And a sense of, I'm not doing anything suspicious here. Look on his face. You're getting, like, on a 31, you're getting a lot. He's up to something that's no good, but he's also, he wasn't expecting anyone to come in.
Right.
So he's in quick, like, okay, what can I do? What can I do?
Well, based off that, I just want to do like an eye for detail then
Yes.
around like what the fuck he's doing.
Can we include nose for detail in that too?
24. Yeah.
24? Okay. Because there's just a lot of stuff I can give you here.
While he's doing that, I'm also going to roll a persuasion here. That would be a 28.
28.
For persuading, just to be like...
You guys winning the campaign here.
And I kind of like clear my throat a little bit and run my finger along a greasy, countertop.
It's greasy and mossy, yeah.
Yeah, and I just kind of like roll it on my fingers discerningly, and I'm like, if you really want to keep your cover, you should probably read some books on cooking.
Cover? Excuse me. Cover. I don't know what you're talking about.
Shitbag, you should be really happy that like the whole world's going to hell right now, or we would fucking kick you out on your ass like post haste. So can we just get with?
Yeah.
I actually walk over and like rub the grease on my finger across his cheek.
Oh, and it builds up.
And just very
Depending on how long you do it. If you do it the whole way, your whole finger will be encased in goop.
No, I just
Okay.
and go do better.
Yeah, I think you're missing what he's saying. The grease on your finger doesn't wipe off. You get more grease from him.
I'm very much aware.
Yeah. Okay. Noted. I will. There is. Okay. Normally this is early. We're not due for another. Show. Okay. Yes. If you go past me here, and he points to some haphazardly stacked barrels, and just move those, and there's a hatch down there. I would go with you, but I'm full up on what I need. So you don't have to worry about bringing anyone back. And he looks at you guys all very kind of hush-hush like.
Oh, is there gnome parts around in this kitchen?
I would say do an investigation or a perception check.
This guy's gonna die so fast.
Oh my gosh.
18 is 29.
29. The pot that he dropped and spilled out, you do notice some improperly prepared parts.
I just look at Yusuf and
Let me see
Wait.
if I notice.
It's hard to just like there's enough preparation,
Rolled an 18.
okay.
but just it's just lazy enough in preparation that you know that there are parts, not necessarily what kind of parts.
Question.
Yeah.
So one of the like beacon thingies from the Raven Queen was here in the Maw. Is he the beacon thingy?
Not necessarily. Well, let's see. I hadn't considered that, but given what I know about this person, sure. There is a strong sense of maybe not undeath so much as just fucking around with life.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I'll look at Dazzlin and just notion to my daggers.
So you haven't said any of this to like out loud about the gnome stuff. I rolled an 18 for perception. I'm gonna roll an insight.
Now, you guys still like because Haslin has moved in. Feder, you have moved in a little bit too. Yusuf, have you gone anywhere further in? Like,
I thought we were in the kitchen.
Yeah, I think we
but
just.
like, how far in? Like, if this is like a rectangle room,
If she moved up to him, I would have.
Yeah,
moved up to him too. Okay,
I'm like right in front of him.
gotcha. It's more of are you at the door or at him? That's kind of where I'm.
Yeah, I think we're moving.
Okay, so he seems a bit cautious as you guys are closer to him. And he's like, "Yeah, I can. I mean, if you need help, I can help you guys get down there." That's.
What are you cooking? And he slowly raises his eyes from the pot to him.
I mean, I'm just cooking your basic meat, whatever the meat we get in from our suppliers. Yeah, just doing that. And he looks down at the floor and kind of starts. He's trying to not slip on the food, the stew.
I will summon my sword, not cast because I can't summon that out of nowhere. But I will summon my black sword, hold it to his throat.
Okay, and he's startled. Yeah.
Yeah. And start put my other hand on the apron because I don't want any more of like the super grease from his skin.
Yeah.
And just start pushing him back towards.
He's walking backward. Yeah, you're backing him up. Yeah.
Yeah.
And his eyes are darting, looking around the kitchen like, I wish I knew what this place was like. Otherwise, I'd find like the right utensil I need to protect myself. But he's looking. Feder, you know his eyes are looking for something to grab and just like.
Easy, friend. I think you should turn around. I think you should show us the way that we're supposed to go.
Okay. Okay. Slowly turns around. Yep.
Real quick. The grease that she wiped off on his face, was it makeup? Like grease paint?
No. No.
I think it's just grease.
It's just grease.
Body
Rendered
grease,
body
cooking
fat.
grease,
Yeah.
fat grease.
Okay.
But the musculature is a bit odd to feel. And Tasman, if you want to do it, I would say maybe an Arcana on this. This is triggering something on Arcana.
19.
19? That this is maybe magically formed.
Yeah.
Like this is what kind of the approximation of Goliath muscle and skin would be like. There's a definite feeling of this isn't passing muster. Whatever he is, he's not a Goliath. And he turns around slowly. Okay. Despite his size, seems to kind of hunch a bit. Be a little bit more slinky. Like, okay, all right. And he moves. His hands are up where you can see them, but the fingers are also wiggling a little bit, like kind of, maybe if I see something. And he's walking towards the crates and barrels in the back. And there is a hatch, a fairly sizable hatch down there. They're just covered up. Like, you can see scratch marks. Feder, you can even see scratch marks on the ground as you get closer.
Right.
As he's moved things. Everything over there is moved with a hurry
Sure.
and clumsy and no real sense of skill. And if anyone out there in the crowd really cared to come back and do what you guys are doing,
Right.
it wouldn't pass very much muster. But this is, you're seeing all telltale signs of suspicious activity,
Yeah.
lying through his teeth. Feder, this is grade school bullshit. Like,
Sure.
as a toddler, you could have seen through this level of subterfuge. And yes, he's getting there, and he's like, "Oh, I need to bend over and move these
Quickly
things."
now.
He starts to shift them, and he strains with the barrels as if he's not as strong as he suggests. And he moves them and struggles, and a little help, and his eyes are just darting. Now, Yusuf, as Taslan and Feder are shifting him towards the boxes, he's starting to move them and make space, and he's trying to look for a way out. You do see more stuff on the shelves. There's jars of hands hidden behind other jars. You're starting to see some of this is starting to slip away as he's not very careful the further back into the kitchen you get. And there are, like in a butcher shop, wrapped feet, hands, things like that. Smaller, more
Tiny?
diminutive.
Oh, yeah.
But some are also gray, longer, elf-like, drow-like. And there is a stink you guys are all experiencing as you get further into the back. A stink of rotten decay. And yeah, he's just cautiously moving boxes aside, trying to lift outside his weight class.
Yeah. Can I see where at this point, like can I make out like whatever the door is or whatever the aperture is that we're looking for, or am I?
Yeah, you can. There's the hatch, right? That you're looking,
Yeah.
There. Yeah, it's a very long hatch that looks like it's It looks like it opens into some stairs. So it's like one of those larger,
Sure.
maybe really long ones that you would lift up
Great.
fully by extending your hands out and then walking down.
Cool.
So he's moving those out of the way, and he's mostly done.
While
He's
they're actually doing that, I'm gonna turn around and go back towards like the entrance to the kitchen and flag down the bartender.
he kind of he's taking care of some fairly attractive Aarakocra at the moment, and they're all kind of like, "Hi," and he's looking back and forth between you and them, just like, okay, clearly he's interested in helping some nice bird ladies, but
And I've got-
he does register you.
Yeah,
He's like,
I've
okay.
got like two knives like out, and I'm like ready, and then I just see that and slide them slowly back in.
Okay,
Well, and I like
yeah,
get him to come over.
he's like, hold on 1 minute. And he, and the bird's like, oh, okay. And he comes up to you like, yes?
So sorry, but kitchen is closed for the rest of the day. I would recommend that you go and collect all the food. The cook is sick and with pantomime illness, and we really don't need this outbreak happening right now. So we definitely do not want any like health authorities coming in and shutting down the maw. So just collect the food and say the kitchen's closed, serve drinks, give everybody a round. It'll be great.
There is a sense of like, I knew it. I freaking knew this guy was no good. But also a sense of like, I am the only one holding this place together today. I thought I had help. You can sense that little death in the back of the eyes. Of like, I'm overworked. This is nuts.
Server death.
Server death, yeah.
Any service industry death.
I slip him like 12 gold,
Oh, okay.
and I'm like, you're doing great.
Thanks. Just keep whatever it is back there. I just don't want... Hey, he leans in. I just don't want... I don't want the Dominion dealing with it. Things get really closed down.
Yeah, that's why we're here, to
Okay.
head off the problem.
So just, yes, I'll take care of it. Fucking just... Okay, yeah. If you deal with it, that's fine. That's great. I'm glad you're here. Take care of it. I don't want to know if you do anything. Just leave me out of it. I'm going to try and continue doing the best I can.
Go stroke some feathers.
Oh, thank you. And he hurries back and just...
Well,
As soon as he's gone, dagger right in the back of this fucker. I don't.
All right, roll an attack.
as Taslin is doing that,
Yeah,
I'm going
yeah.
to take an action and use Divine Sense. And I'm going to 60-foot range. I know the location of any celestial, fiend, or undead within that.
Celestial, fiend, or undead? Okay.
So, can we say this is a sneak attack, or is this boy
Yes.
feel like he knows what's going on? All right, so, Dragon Tooth and Death's Parlay. First one, let's see, is a 26 to hit.
Oh, yes.
Okay, great. So, fuck this guy.
I'll have an answer to your question here in a second.
Hold one moment, please, because I've forgotten, guys. It's been a minute. How many sneak attack dice do I have?
26.
66,
Nice.
baby. 1, 2. Cool. Well, that's some sixes. 10, 20.
And while he's counting, Yusuf, none of those register. There's no celestial, fiend, or undead. Yeah, those three, those don't trigger. Those particular ones don't trigger.
So 30 points of damage and 4 points of poison damage. And the second dagger, sadly, was a 10 to hit, so I'm guessing that one doesn't.
No. 30... You get him down to just about near death's door. Pretty much in that one action. He's on the... Like, he's... and down to the ground. And his form that takes his concentration breaks, revealing a changeling. And he's... and he was surprised.
Yeah.
He not quick on the take. And he's on the ground.
All right, dipshit, talk now.
Okay. He's a bit at a loss for what you want to know. So, from a DM standpoint, what are you looking to get? Just like tell me everything.
Okay, yeah. We'll start with everything and see if that's enough to keep you alive.
Okay. I'm covering. I made a deal with Bonham that I would keep an eye on this place while there was mining and be easy passage down to the mines. In exchange, I would get ingredients for my food out of unrulies and anyone who didn't do as asked.
Well, I hope it was worth it. And I look over at Yusuf.
The last cook was not very keen on this arrangement, so I took care of him too.
I Eldritch blast him to the head.
All right, roll for it.
So out of my 3, I had 2 nat 1s and 1 nat 20.
Okay.
I mean, I am standing right next to him. Pointing that out there.
You'll be fine.
Well,
So
what are the numbers? You don't need a whole lot of numbers. This guy's.
Yeah, the first one that nat 1 was only a 9. The next one that nat 1 was also like 8. So barrel.
Yeah.
And then just to give him some shock value, that's what I'm going with.
Yeah.
Oh, sure, yeah.
And then the nat 20 was an 8, which makes it 16, which makes that 21.
Oh yeah. His head explodes. It's kind of like the first 2 are warning shots that make him startle, and the movement he makes in pain, but as a startle that kind of lurch forward, like what, was just right in the right part of the crosshairs for your nat 20, and just like knocks all the face and head right off. As Fetter's there with the knife, just head gone, wall splattered. A little bit on the cuff of your pant there, Fetter.
Yeah.
And yeah, he is gone in his changeling shape. Much more diminutive than the Goliath in terms of size. Like more of a scrawny changeling type that's playing above their weight class. And yeah, sallow features, much more strain in the crow's nest of the eyes, and more fanged teeth, more carnivorous teeth. Cannibalistic features on him. And yeah, he's gone.
I'm going to check the hatch for anything suspicious, and then
Suspicious.
and then we'll attempt to open it.
Just out of curiosity, John, for the attunement for this armor, what's the save for it? Is it charisma based? Wisdom based?
The save for it.
Like to be in control of the
Constitution.
Constitution based?
Yeah.
19, checking for traps.
Okay, you do see a trap. Or at least it's a testament to how fucking ridiculous this guy is. You see the beginnings of like a trap kit.
Okay.
Like he was getting ready to trap, like to set it up as a trap.
But he hadn't done it yet.
Nope. There's some
Great.
instructions nearby that are a bit bloodied.
So
So basically the connecting mechanism is on there. So the pieces are ready for a latching effect.
right.
But that's not, the rest is not built yet. The pieces
Great.
are still in there.
It's fucking dumbass. So I'm gonna open the hatch and just drag his tiny little body and throw it down the hole.
Okay, that is your path down.
Yeah.
So yeah, but just eventually comes to rest.
And just wait a second, see if anything happens.
Oh, you just hear an echoey splotch as it hits the bottom landing.
And
Maybe a minute or two. Like the stairs go down a ways.
yeah, I was kind of hoping. Well, I'll stand next to the hole and just go, shall we?
Yusuf goes down the hole.
I'm just like, after you.
Just out of curiosity, John, how much off the DC am I for a 13? That's what I rolled.
DC. What are you attempting to do?
I'm trying to feel, because of the situation and the warmth, Yusuf is already angry.
Oh, I see. Let's gonna write something down for myself, and we're gonna make that canon.
He's not attuned to it, but he's wearing it, and he's feeling the heat already. I'm curious how much the armor is picking up on him.
What did you roll?
13.
Okay.
If it's Constitution based.
Constitution based. Seeing the gnomish hands and feet, a lot of hands and feet, just in general compared to other things. Maybe some calf. Like a really odd assortment that wouldn't necessarily work for disguising in food necessarily. Starts to get you feeling more emotional, more angry. There's a sense of rage that's building in you. And there's an encouragement that you're feeling I don't know how else to put it other than that. That there's a warmth that is now guiding it forward a bit more, like pulling at it, pulling it out of you, sort of like it's much warmer. Like the heat of embarrassment or the heat of like a kind of a someone's hit you, and there's that flush of heat to your face. That moment where you're just like the crucial moment in what you decide to do next.
The fight or flight.
Yeah, that's there, but it is kind of edging up a bit more. It's starting to pull in, and you feel just let it go kind of vibe.
Let it go.
Don't hold it back anymore. There's no voice. But there's that sense of just like grasp if you have a weapon nearby or like even the table, whatever you hold on to, you want to hit something really hard with it. Mm-hmm. And it's soft. It's not too crazy or out of control. You just feel that flash and then it subsides.
Okay.
And there's almost a question mark to this, like, do you wish to go further with this? Would you like to go further with this? Not words necessarily, but a thought kind of crosses your mind of, I could do this. I could cause a scene. I could hit something.
Okay. He kind of refocuses and thinks about the bigger picture and kind of pushes that feeling away.
Okay. And what you sense with the roll you had, that there's still some bubbling tension that you may have to keep an eye out. Mm-hmm. It's a success, but with some caveats.
Okay.
And you go down the hole with everyone else. And is there some kind of order to this that you guys are taking? Who's first? Who's second? Who's on third?
What's on first?
Well, I was first down the hole, and I'm guessing I'd be in front anyway.
Okay.
I gave a little after you to Taslin, but I will defer to her.
It'll be Yusuf and then me.
Okay, and then I'll kind of I'm eyeing this stuff as if I'm trying to figure out if there's a way to it's a problem for another time. And then I just kind of like dust up behind us and close the hatch as I go down.
Okay. And it's a sturdy hatch. Good make, so at least that part's right. You'll hear it if anyone comes after you, but given the way the bartender was, you think you guys will be fine. And you go down. And down. And there is some care needed as you go down. Nothing that would require a roll, but there is a body that was just tossed down. A bloody body that has hit every step and bounced and gone down. And eventually, it's not so much that he hit the body, rested against the landing, just that it kind of found a spot to stop the momentum of the stairs. The friction of the stairs was enough to stop him there. You have to maneuver past. And with the way things go in the Underdark or Undercity or whatever the hell you call it, there's just a lot of paths and passageways and stairways, and eventually you just start taking all of them. There's no real way to get lost. You just keep getting turned around. There's no like you go left or go right. It's just you go down some stairs, you take a right and go down this passageway. There's so many of these diversions that to kind of figure out where you are in relation to anything is going to be very difficult. Even at high perceptions, like if this were to open out into any other place, like how would you get back? And you're still traveling. There is time.
Yeah.
As this, so you have minutes. Minutes turn to maybe an hour. You are traveling, and there's a lot of the walls are hewn, the path is hewn. It's clean cut. This is
right.
a man-made path.
Jesus Christ, this is a shortcut? This is wild.
A good way to refer to it is like if you've ever played Dark Souls or any of those where they have paths that circle back on themselves.
Yeah.
Everything leads back, everything leads forward, but you can find yourself looping if you're not careful. And it's like you're going in the direction you want to.
Right.
There's just so many fucking paths to take. And this is ridiculous. But there's subterfuge to it.
So are we in the mine already?
You're getting there. You're all in all, it takes maybe about 2 hours of travel. And eventually you start breaking out into more of an open, more messily hewn area, which you would see pictured here. You find yourselves in kind of the beginnings of this mine excursion. And there's some bioluminescence that you've encountered as they've cut into some gems, and there's some growth. And it's a little bit lighter here, too, as you see some bioluminescent algae and plant life and things like that, and reflecting off veins and things along those lines.
'Cause it's shining.
Yep. And where you guys end up, you can see in the distance, you finally find yourselves out into more of an open mine area. All those loose veins that were found and ignored. Surprisingly worthwhile gems, things that have a good value to them, just ignored. Like, we found this vein. That's not what we're looking for. We found this. Not what we're looking for. They're skipping over bits that are valuable. In the distance, you hear Feder hears it first as you approach. This light din of guard, the Dominion guard,
Any
just shuffling
in these veins.
Do a.
Because we
You can do
never
an investigation
got
or
that
survival.
diamond.
Nope. Oh wow, dirty 20. Yeah, 19 on the die. My investigation's 1.
You find some. You find. For now, you can write down one diamond-like thing. It might be. It's hard to tell. There's some roughness to this, but the material could be.
I mean, I just need the dust, so
Yeah.
that's fine.
And you hear commotion up ahead. The commotion of just shifting armor, shifting leathers, that occasional, like, echoing cough as someone just coughs, in the mining dust. And the occasional clink, clink, echoing in the distance.
What's Tony? What's Nax's major domo? What's his name?
Talon thing.
Talonthane. Cool. Right on. I was gonna. And I'll just whisper to the. So these are not drow at all. These are Dominion guards. Like,
From the distance that you're at, it's.
yeah.
You can tell that, yeah, there is the way the armor clinks, that they're
Okay.
not drow.
Got it.
But there's a very specific shifting of cloth and shifting of armor that you were able to pick up
Okay.
with your 20. Your
Sure.
fucking 26.
I'm gonna. So I'll look at the other two and be like, follow my lead, I guess. And I'll start to step forward towards them.
Okay. I can start moving them for you if you wish.
Yeah, I'll just plan on walking up and be like,
So as
very
you
nonchalantly, like I know what I'm doing. I'll just start going up and be like, hey gang, Talonthane sent me down here with a message, just passing through.
Okay. And as you get up and kind of get more of a scene in front of you, there are three. You see 3 Dominion guards that are watching. Well, 2 of them are watching 2 gnomes who are mining off to the side. For the sake of this, for you guys, the blue icon is commoner icon. It's just the gnome. That's what we're going to use for gnomes. Red is going to be for guard. For these, 2 guards are watching 2 gnomes mine things, and they're digging, finding some valuable gems, and just tossing them. And the guard's like, no, nothing. But the one who turns to face you looks and almost seems surprised to see a drow down there. And let me know, is that a disguise?
Disguise self. It's
Now, the only thing would be, if we're doing this, it's been a couple hours. How long does the spell...
Oh, it's been a couple hours? No, spell gone. Fuck.
Okay.
And then I look up and I'm like, fuck. I will just fully have zoned out.
Okay.
I am fine playing that.
Sure.
Because I'm not the only dumb boy. I'm like, it's fine. I've got this.
I sit there
and I just walk up and I look just like myself, and I just find it and I'm like, hello there. I do a little drow voice. It's fairly offensive.
I'm just
like,
sitting
hello
in the
there.
background with my head in my hands, like, okay.
And I just totally forgot.
go.
Yeah, no, I'm going to lean into that, gang. I'm going to fully... Guys, failure's fun sometimes, you know?
Now, the question is, let's see, would you say you were maybe far enough to see there's a passage off to the left that you're kind of partially seeing? Are you a little bit closer
I'm going to lean
them?
into my own dumbassery and say that I've walked, like, fully in the middle of that area
Okay,
right
so
there,
maybe
too.
like right there.
Yeah.
As the guard turns to you, looks a bit surprised to see anyone,
Right.
let alone like not who they're expecting. Your eyes do clock off to the side in this little
Alcove.
a few stripped and dead drow bodies as the guard turns to you
And I'm like,
and just starts to reach
I go,
for their
"What the
hanging crossbow.
Dagger.
Okay. And then for this little thing, we'll do a quick.
It's like
Actually, you know what? I'm not
where-
that cool. I am not that cool. I turn and look and go, what the fuck? And then I turn back really quick and look at Taz, and Taz looks at me, I'm assuming, as
Yeah.
if to say, like, and then I'm gonna be like, I fucked up. And then
Yusuf doesn't say anything.
Yeah.
He charges the guard to the left of the entryway.
But yeah, John, whatever that guy's gonna do to me, I'm gonna eat it, because I appreciate that I completely forgot how long my spell lasted.
There's the quick second of where like
G2.
you look at me, I look at you, you look back at me, I look back at you.
I look over at the
shit.
I look
We
over at
fucked
the
up.
dead drow. I look at you. You look at the dead drow. You look at me, and then there's just like a sword in my face. I'm sure.
Are these guys wearing the Drow's equipment?
No, it's Dominion get up.
They're in full
Okay.
Dominion outfits.
So like the view as I get this
Is
initiative
that
thing set up.
is that like a city guard, John, or is it like even like what level stormtrooper are we talking about here? Is it like the black guy, the black armor fellow? Like, is this advanced Dominion, or they just look like city guards but beefier?
I would say that these are more in the trenches, sort of. They aren't given the quite the equipment they need. They're more gruntish. They're on the cheaper end of this. This
Got
is bitch work in terms of guard. Like, they're not the regal thing that you got up in the Neil.
Sure.
These guys are just in the thick of it.
Right.
Their
It's
armor's
the hand-me-downs.
rusty. Yeah, the hand-me-downs.
Got it.
This is not the best foot forward for the Dominion guard, but I need to roll some initiative for the two commoners that are there. So the gnomes roll their initiative decently, and then Feder, Tazlin, Yusuf, what are your initiatives?
I rolled a 2.
You rolled a 2.
I rolled a 9
Because I'm watching the interaction apparently between
because
Taz
I'm just
and
like,
Feder.
what?
Hey, so we really want to go together because I also rolled a 9.
Fantastic.
All right. So almost everyone rolled above you guys. There's one gnome that didn't. Now, with the way this, you can hear noise in the distance. Just to kind of set this scene, we're in a very discreet area. There is a sense that too much noise could reverberate. That there are more guards beyond. In your perception, what you know about things, you know that there's more beyond this. This is more of a discrete section. And so, to start with, this first guard is going to come up to Feder, and with their... Oh, actually, no, they had a crossbow thing going on. They're not going to move closer. 15 to hit with the crossbow?
Aha, 16. Ah, fuck! And I move.
They are like, what? They're bringing it to bear, and phew, they just weren't aiming right.
Yeah,
and
I
ball goes wild.
give a little lean.
And then he'll move forward to kind of like deal with it. Like, okay, I got to deal with this with my regular weapon. The other guard will come in and do the same. Both guards will do that. They'll turn and blast. They'll start blasting, but they'll both be missing. And they're going to start moving in to start getting ready to... They're going to attempt to start flanking and surrounding you.
Sure.
And that's their turn. The gnome is going to... They're both going to try and hide in this little alcove here as they hear what's going on. Feder, you're next.
Fantastic.
That would be both of us at the same time, but you have higher decks, so have fun.
I am both sexy and dexy. All right.
So yeah, you've got 3 on you. I moved the guy in the wrong spot.
Sure.
They're coming in...
Just fully surrounded.
Try to fully surround you, and then they're going to start spearing and stabbing at you when their turn comes up next, if it does.
And I'm going to go. So, bonus action, I for insightful fighting on the guy in front of me. And that's a million. 28.
So remind me, insightful fighting, that gives you
I can attack. I can use sneak attack without using sneak attack. Like, I can target him and get the sneak attack damage without sneaking up on him, essentially.
Sure. Perfect.
Okay. All right. And then the attack is 1826 to hit.
Yep.
Great. And I will, good old Dragon Tooth. I'm gonna go, hey, look at him, and then I'm just gonna stab up towards his neck.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Oh, I love that sound. 6, 12, 18, 22, 24, 29 points of damage and 2 points of poison damage on top of that.
And that was G1, the guy directly in front of you.
Yeah, the
Basically.
first guard. The guy that shot at me.
You killed the fuck out of him.
Okay.
Yeah. You do notice as you kill him and you bring him down to the ground with your stabbing.
Right.
These aren't the hardiest of guards. They're there for more petty adventurers or any petty curiosities.
Someone that stumbles across the...
And you get the sense as this first one dies, just a thought crosses your mind that there must have just been more, and it must have just been ambushing.
Sure.
That happened. Like,
Yeah.
the element of surprise is probably how those more hardier drow ate it
Right.
nearby. But yeah, you kill him.
And then I will essentially draw to bear, like, just because I don't have my second attack because I used my bonus action. So I've just got, like, 2 knives out, and I'm just, like, looking back and forth at you, be like, all
But
right.
the Van Damme dagger block
Yeah.
from Time Cop.
Yeah. Yeah, just like, all right, you fuckers, who wants some?
Come get some. Teslin, you're next. And there was one gnome after you that is going to move off to the side, which for some reason, oh yeah, you can't see them on the map now because the visibility is there. But so 2 gnomes have gone hiding. One took their turn before you, even though they're after you. So, sorry.
I'm wondering how cheesy I want to be. So I am going to. Do I need to start counting
No.
how many times
No, you
knock
don't.
the mic?
That's what.
I will have you know, I was not the main culprit the last time John edited, so I feel really good about myself.
So it's the session before last because we are far enough ahead.
John, just let me have this.
You know I can't let anyone have anything except you as a player. But yes.
Okay, well, I am going to, I guess I'll be choosy. I'll under my breath, gonna be like, get over here, and lightning lure.
Yes.
Get over here.
One of the guards, the one that's G3, I'll
Okay.
lightning lure him to be like, get away from my man. No, let me
away
say that
from him,
better.
you bitch. I threw that shit before I came in the room.
That is so uncharacteristic, Towson. Get away from my man.
My man.
No. We're not saying that.
2 points for the Roger Rabbit reference.
But essentially being like, 3 against 1 isn't fair. And I'll lightning lure him.
Strength saving throw. Was this a good strength saving throw? You said G3.
Yeah.
Strength saving throw 15.
Nope.
And pull up to 10 feet in a straight line towards you. And then, oh, God. Okay, cool. So 10 feet
Rip.
Yep.
straight to you. And 1d8 lightning damage. No.
I do 3d8.
3d8. Okay.
7, 6. So
20.
Yeah, 20.
20.
How you liking those new dice, baby?
I like them.
Sweet.
As the lightning lure pulls him in and brings that lightning damage to bear, it bursts him. The body just bursts inside the rusted armor, and it crumbles. He did.
Bye bye.
And then the other gnome had hid. Yusuf, you're next. So, Feder's no longer. He is no longer surrounded.
Uh-huh.
But you don't also see what Feder sees either. So, as I described earlier, the drow bodies that are in the alcove, you don't necessarily see that from your vantage where you're standing.
I'll move next to Feder.
Right behind him?
Yeah, no, straight next to him. And I'll draw my sword and push him into the alcove to try and get him out of sight. Like, start talking as, like, I put the point in his chest and try to move him aside.
You're moving towards the guard.
That's 2.
Shut up.
You're basically moving towards the guard. Your sword is out and it's pushing against him, and you're pushing him back.
No, I'm going to move next to Feder. Okay. And I want to try and push him on the angle, like, into the wall.
Okay.
Basically, I want to get him out of line of sight if someone were to come down the walkway. I want to get him into the alcove so they can't see.
Gotcha. Strength.
Do you want me, I was going to roll an intimidate just to, like, get him to move.
2 of his friends are dead. He's very intimidated. This would be a strength. You're pushing him. Is he going to resist this?
So just basic strength check. 16.
Strength competing, yeah. 16? Yeah, you got him. You push him against the wall. And I think...
Yeah, that'll be the end of my movement.
Yeah. So he's against the wall. He's a bit out of sight. And for the sake of this, since he's left, we can end that initiative, this little discreet one, for you guys to discern what to do. He's just like, I surrender.
Feder?
You responsible for this? I nudge over to the drow.
Not me specifically. You sense there's like kind of a deflection.
What happened to the rest of them?
We were asked to start taking them out.
When?
I just do what I'm told. We were told the other day. Just start taking them out. They're no longer needed?
It's a really lazy answer. If you'd answered better, this wouldn't have happened. Knife, throat.
Okay. Yeah, he goes down.
Yeah. I'm gonna just quietly grab, like, I'm gonna, like, again, back of the head knife, and I just want to just, like, kind of drag him around the corner with me. And then I'll flash use of a look as far as, like, we want to just pull these out of the main thoroughfare. And then I'll go to the bodies and just kind of look them over.
Yusuf is going to move to the other side. If we're out of initiative.
Yes.
Yusuf's going to move around the other side. Because, like, we saw the gnomes, like, tuck out of sight, yeah?
Yes. You should see them right there. And so, Feder, you are moving bodies.
Yeah, I'll grab the other one. I'll leave the third one where it is for the moment, and I want to go to the drow, the 2 drow, and just start to look them over.
Okay. So you're in there. There's it's a kind of, I think 3 bodies.
Sure.
Yusuf, you're over there with the gnomes, and as you see them, they're cowering. They're kind of in the corner. Their pickaxes are out, and they see you, and they, huh?
Do I know them?
Do a history check.
8 for 1. Fuck. Dual 8s. I rolled 2 7s.
I mean, they're grimy, they're dirty, they're bruised, they're banged up. It's hard to tell if you recognize them from anywhere. You might have seen them in passing, but there's not a recognition in, like, oh, Steve or Daryl.
Got it. Does it look like they know me?
A faint recognition, because they also rolled pretty shit too. A faint recognition, like, you seem familiar.
He's gonna hold.
Like, could it be?
He's
No.
gonna hold out his hand to them and just give them a nod and, like, come with me.
Okay. Now, roll me a stealth check as you're getting them. And theoretically, everything will be fine as you're moving them back this way. Your armor is not what's causing a problem. It's just there is commotion, and there is nearby
Yeah, no, it's only a 5.
a 5. As you're moving them back, you start to hear kind of a, like, hold it, like, we need to check something. You hear a, don't do anything stupid kind of noise as you hear boots clanking on the bridge as someone is coming your way. So in this
He's just out of my sight. I'm gonna try and shoo them into the alcove, like, go, and then I'm gonna move and pull the other guard into the alcove
Okay.
if I have time.
I think you get just about to there. Tazlin, in this commotion, what are you doing? Essentially, they're starting to shift. There's someone coming to check out. There's been some noise as Yusuf grabbed the gnomes and is bringing them in, and Mr. Guardman is coming in right around there. He hasn't seen anything yet. He's just like, where did everyone go? What's going on? If this were like a stealth game, like, hey, what's up? What?
I'm gonna pretend like I'm lost.
Really? Okay. Mm-hmm. So you're wandering in, and then eventually maybe around, and he comes in and like, oh, hey, You shouldn't be down here. And he's, drawing his
I would have been up much further, so like he wouldn't have
right
been
here?
around. He wouldn't be able to like see them hiding in the alcove. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe just enough to where his like visibility is.
I'd totally just kind of be like pretending I'm lost, looking at all the bright colors and
like whoa.
like ooh.
I mean, you probably don't need to, but roll a performance or deception. Deception.
Okay. That's a better stat for me anyway. 29.
29.
Jesus
Christ. He didn't roll too bad, but you rolled way better. He's got the spear. What are you doing? What are you doing down here? You look lost.
Yeah, I came down with one of my friends. He was trying to, get this whole thing called like fame and glory, and I think he was really just trying to impress me, but I lost track of him. Because this place is so pretty. Like, look how beautiful it is. Did you notice that there were like veins of like sparkly stuff that nobody has like touched or anything like that? Do you have sparkly stuff? Ooh, I like your armor.
In the beginning, he's a little bit like confused and perturbed, but then as you start talking, it's like, oh, okay. And he starts to get kind of a view of you in your outfit, just like, oh, okay. He's very into what he's seeing, and then as you start doing your spiel, like shiny and like, oh, okay. He's getting a picture, however wrong it might be, about who you are, and he's taken in by it. And he puts his kind of holds his spear against the ground. He's like, well, I mean, yeah, it's dirty work, but someone's got to do it. But this view is to die for. He starts angling towards you, leaning against the wall, just like, I mean, yeah, just all in a day's work, If you look over there, you can kind of see how like the shiny, as you say, starts to reflect off some of these gems. I mean, it's good work that we have people do down here.
I'm gonna reach out and just kind of wrap my hand around the shaft of his spear and be like, oh, and take my hand and just kind of just slightly move it up and down, just above where he's resting his hand on it.
ThirstyTieflingDirects.com.
Have you ever used one of these before?
No, I haven't. Would you show me?
Okay, so
so he's into this. He's like, okay, yeah, he's gonna.
I hear the like Russian cam girl voice, like oh baby, oh baby, oh baby, and so I'll look up from the drow, and I'm gonna start to wander like kind of around the pillar, the other way. Like you just kind of
like this?
No, like back into the alcove and behind, and see if there's a way that I can kind of yeah, and just kind of try to sneak around behind this guy.
Okay, yeah, you notice it's maybe 5 to 7, like between 5 and 10 feet. The ground sharply rises up, and almost like not a speed bump. No one's running down these fucking corridors, but like there's a bit of a dip that comes back around. So ground elevates, so you're able to get down fairly easy and get behind him, no sweat. And as you're around him, you can see let's bring this out a little bit more, that there is a makeshift wooden bridge across not a very deep stream of water, but just something that won't rust anyone's armor any further, an easy path for carrying gems and things like that. And there are some gnomes who don't seem to notice what's going on. They're still chipping away at things. And no other guards in the immediate vicinity. But immediately in front of you, you've got this guard who is kind of... He's started to move around behind Talzin and showing her how to grasp the spear. And just like, so if you can poke down first, you can get them to stagger. But he's like... He's dirty. He's stinky. But he's breathing heavier. He is very into this, and he's trying. He's like,
and
pretty lady.
I'm still playing extra dumb. Like I'm making sure that I'm angling my body and stuff like that to push my butt into him. But then at the same time, make sure that like I fuck up where his spear is.
Okay.
You know, and I'm sure Feder kind of notices a look on my face.
There are
where
sharp intakes of breath, just like you catch it. And Feder, with your 26, you hear it too, just like, oh, yeah, well,
Yeah,
you know, and
okay.
like he's losing his train of thought and repeating instructions over again. He hasn't quite gotten past the stab downward first and then stab up.
So weirdly, like this guy's so aloof. I'm trying to figure out, like, I've got the knives out and I'm like trying to figure out which. Like at first it's in the back,
Like,
and then it's like nope, and then so
this is the thing.
finally, God, I'm in a mood.
and like I eventually like shoot him a look like, come on, get like.
So So this is the move. This is the move.
Oh my god.
I apologize in advance. Wrap around the front with the dagger under the chin, and then I'm just gonna push his head. Like we're going up through.
Oh, you're gonna last duel him.
Yeah, he's gonna go up through the bottom. Like what's the bottom of your soft palate called down here? Like under your
chin?
your jawbone. Okay.
No,
Like
it's just the soft palate.
Yeah, just
No,
down.
soft palate's above the tongue.
Is above the tongue, but like you guys get it. Like the bottom of your jawbone.
Uvula? No.
No,
That's the
uvula
thing
is a
with
little
dangles.
hangy ball.
Dang.
Yeah,
back.
that's the little dangly thing in the back of
So
the
I
throat.
essentially, I come around and then just push his head slowly. Just
That's my nipple.
yeah.
Jesus.
Now we're playing
I'm
D&D.
trying to think of the name of it. It's on the tip of my
Because I really
brain.
want the idea is that I want to like hold his jaw shut, like while he's just exgorging himself, exsanguinating himself. I'll roll for it if you want me to, Jan.
Let's just why not roll? You don't have to roll for an attack, but roll some damage.
Roll
see
some
let's
damage?
see how
All
much
right.
you kill him.
Fantastic. In a mood. Nope. Let's see. 10, 8, 22, plus 26.
Oh yeah, he did. He goes down with a gurgle, having one brief moment of being able to show off as his body goes limp, leaving you guys momentarily unnoticed. There's still the clink nearby off the beaten path of the bridge of the pickaxe against
The mylohyoid muscle. I think that's what it is. I think that's what it is.
Mylohyoid.
God damn.
Mylohyoid.
We are all a
I
very
love
specific
all
type
of you.
of person.
So much. God damn it.
If you've ever danced at a Ren fair with like a foxtail on to that fucking song at 2 a.m,
I think I saw a TikTok somewhere that was like that labeled that song as like the millennial calling card. Like you start playing that song and every millennial will come running or start singing. You'll just hear them. Maya.
I mean, it's not Cotton Eye Joe, but it's close.
And so yeah,
I was never big on Cotton Eye Joe.
He got married a long time ago.
But where did he come from? No, we're stopping this. I am putting my foot down.
it's a good song to rollerblade to.
Okay, so and then so is what
Random
the
party
fuck?
one.
Oh my god.
Table's
so,
ready.
I am gonna like. I imagine he's doing like the scanners, like
Yeah.
as he's like choking on his own whatever, and I'm just gonna kind of drag him to the little speed bumpy, and I'm just gonna throw his body down like. Boop, boop, boop.
Sure. Let's be generous here. You threw kind of far and up, so right around there. So yeah, you move the body over there. Nothing, no notice yet. Not even from the gnomes that are across the way. They're really clinking at something, digging their way. And you guys have a brief moment of respite here. There's that alcove you found with the drow bodies. Tazlin, you would have seen that, but as you were going into your seduction, you would have seen those. But you haven't had a chance to think about them until just right around now. But yeah, now the guy who was breathing on you a lot is now no longer breathing. You are free from your performance.
Dude needs some mouthwash and a shower.
Not anymore. He's dead.
Yeah.
Since we have a moment, Yusuf is going to try and like kneel down to the gnomes.
Okay. They're still a bit cautious, but one of them is going to roll again for some recognition. No. Fucking, they're worn out. They're tired. Thank you for saving us. Sorry we don't necessarily know who you are. You look familiar. Yeah, he looks pretty familiar. Just can't quite place what. The other guy actually got a natural 20. Well, damn, the Red Devil. What? No, he's gone. No, it's him. What? No, it can't.
He just kind of smiles a bit and nods. He's like, I'm sorry it took me so long to get here.
Oh, man. Could have used you.
What can you tell me about where everyone else is?
There's a bunch of us scattered around. We're digging for some strange gem called... It's like a reddish gem.
Squirrel gem?
Yeah, I think that's what they said it... Excuse me. That's what they said it was. Doesn't seem to have any real value as far as we can tell. We're ignoring a ton of stuff down here that's actually very valuable. Even the vegetation here has got some medicinal uses and things like that. We're wasting a lot of stuff looking for these crappy gems. But we've been finding some, and so we've been having to do that.
Where do you deliver those when they're found?
Well, to start with, we bring them towards the more central area, where kind of all the mining operation is based out of. We gather it all together, see what we have, what we can do with it, and then we pass it along to Bonhart and his crew, and they take it up.
Bonhart?
The beast, yeah. The big, tall, muscular fellow. Kind of a wrestler type.
Huh. I see.
He's been running things down here, and...
Is he down here now?
I think so. I've been looking at the same set of rocks for maybe... Well, what time is it?
Took us, 2 hours?
2 hours to get down here. Probably we're looking in this evening-ish time.
Like
it would have been like 5-ish,
Don't we have
4-ish.
somebody who has a watch?
I do have. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is 6, so evening. You would know that better.
It's about 6 o'clock.
Yeah. Then I guess since yesterday,
Where do you stay?
there's some tents. We sleep where we can in the central area. And we do it in shifts. My shift's up at some point. The other, no. Yeah, I mean, we work till we can't, and they determine if we go rest or if we go away. We're kind of in a all hands situation.
How big is the mine?
Pretty big. A lot of different paths and passages, and all in all, there's 2 of us. Maybe 15, 20 of us down here in various corners, getting where we can. If we find the skirl. Well, if we find
That's it, yeah.
if we find any of those,
Skirl?
Skirl.
Are we talking about the gem? It's the Skirl gem,
Yes.
not squirrel or squirrel.
the gnomes don't necessarily know what it is. But yeah, if we find some, then they put more guards on us, and we keep working longer. So,
What's the ratio of guards to you?
Equal or a little bit more. I try to kind of
Is that including the drow that were down here?
yeah, they were the nice ones.
Are there any of those that are left, or have they all been dispatched?
I'm sure there was a few that had been taken to the central area.
All right.
The ones here who were guarding us, they didn't. They were younger. They were more fresh-faced. And then there was a weird guy who was down here earlier too, who would every now and then would take one of us aside, not us, but take a gnome aside or a drow aside for some questions. Weird Goliath-y type.
Yeah, we've taken care of him.
Oh, I see. The best I can tell you there's a fairly direct path towards the center, but there are more guards as you get down there. And just be careful, I guess, if you're going to keep going down there. Can we go? Are we able to go? What? Are you going to free us?
That is the plan. How far to the central area? Is it a long walk, or is it fairly close?
It's fairly close.
Okay. Have you spent any time on the surface? Do you know the town?
Not really. It was directly down here, for me, at least. Yeah, for me, too. And we were blindfolded, taken down some strange stairs.
Taz. Can you describe... we haven't told Husnate. Where can we send them?
Yusuf, we've got this little alcove. Let's just keep him here for the moment. It's fucking several hours back there.
I know it's kind of morbid, but if you want us to stay near these bodies and hide for the time being, we can do the best we can. And
Let's get a group and get them all out of here safe. I mean, who knows how many guards there are, who knows. I mean, these were some of Nax's men, and they got ambushed. So, I don't know.
No, you're right.
Is there a way to, I mean, they can always just holler, but do we have any way for them to signal us if they need to? And I'm like, are there any... Well, I'll pull the armaments off the guards, whatever little, and hand them to the gnomes.
Sure.
And then I have one smoke grenade. I'll hand them my last smoke grenade and just be like, here, you pull the thing and whatever. If you get, we're going to keep moving, but if anything happens, do your best to defend yourselves and we'll come back if we need to.
Okay, yeah, for sure. And you notice that they seem more relieved. So there is a sort of straightening to their stature, even though they look fucking exhausted. That they seem a bit energized by this rescue, and to a point where their eyes are darting from weapon to weapon that have been left over from these guards. Like, we'll do what we can, what we have to.
Great. I do want to finish just seeing if there's anything on the drow. And I'll look at Tazlin and be like, sorry for this. I just want to know what we can.
I don't even know if we talked about this. What type of gnomes were they in the city? Were they forest gnomes?
They're ones you gnome.
I'd never roam as a gnome. I'd feel at home as a gnome.
I don't know if we ever actually talked about that. Given that they're in a hidden, secretive, wooded area that's been sequestered away.
That's kind of what I was thinking, if they were forest gnomes.
Yeah.
So they have the minor illusion cantrip. I didn't know what... I looked it up because I didn't know what it was in 5th. So forest gnomes have increased dex, natural illusion, and they can speak with small beasts.
So not you.
No, I am a large beast.
We can't talk to you, sir. You're a large beast.
But... And I'm not sure what minor illusion can do. Is it... I don't know if they're auditory or not.
I don't think minor is. I think they're just... Is it a minor illusion? Like they make little hats with lights on them? And
minor, not minor.
Little
No.
pickaxes?
It's a minor... It's an illusion in minor key.
Oh, okay.
Oh, my God.
Are they... Does the illusion make them appear to be underage?
Everyone shut up. Okay.
Is it a minor illusion?
You create a sound or an image of an object within range that lasts for the duration. Illusion also ends if you dismiss it as an action or cast the spell again. If you create a sound, the volume can range from a whisper to a scream.
But it's binary, right? You have to pick one. It's an illusion, or it's visual, or it's auditory.
Yeah, you create a sound or an image. So I figure,
what would you like us to do?
If there was a, I don't know if a greeting, like the greeting for the town would be too on the nose. Maybe like basically like the equivalent to shaving a haircut, but the sound of a pick hitting rock. And just like if something happens, cast that as loud as you can down the tunnel.
Oh, yes, okay.
So that we can hear it.
And he totally gets what you're going for.
Do.
2 minutes. Sorry, this is we're fully Roger Rabbiting, which is usually just wearing only a tie and collar and nothing else. But
he had overalls on.
Oh, that's true.
Look at you, Mister.
He was always
He's wearing pants.
He was always naked.
Yeah, it's not.
So this is all the episodes are gonna be for like a straight month. Is just us fucking around.
Sorry.
Oh my God.
Hey, we're having fun.
It's gonna
Look,
be
guys,
more bloopers
serious
than anything.
rescue mission vibes.
The gnome rescue has begun, but there's still a lot of underground tunnel to go. Let's just hope our heroes have prepared for what's to come. And now, if you'll excuse me, I have a letter of formal complaint to write to the Gaping Maw about their admittance practices. But let's do this again soon, in these wild and crazy demon days.
Okay, since we
Best rescue ever in my tenant voice.
Oh yeah,
we're gonna pause and turn on the AC for a few minutes.
Sure. You grab that stick.
God.
We're to that time of the year again.
Yeah.
unified vowels. Unified vowel.
Put that right.
Popping my plosives.
You have to think transatlantic.
Transatlantic.
All right.
1940s film.
You talked it out, Tasman, with Nax through the mind of ring shield. Nope. Fuck me. The ring of mind shielding.
The mind of ring shielding.
Fuck. Okay. So this is where I'm at. I made it to this place, so that's good.
Gang, it's gonna be. We're so excited.
This is
gonna be
It's
great.
gonna be great.
It really just reminds me of that one time when I was recording the intro way back in the day, and I kept messing it up. And there's that one clip of me just going,
Okay. You. Excuse me.
Babe, say something again.
something.
Okay.
Can you guys hear her?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can now. I had to turn up my volume a little bit.
Okay. Say something again. Just let me just.
Something.
Okay, cool.
So,
Shit. Sorry, I forgot to turn it off.
Please pause.
Hold, please.
station identification. Let's get that big stick out.
Oh yeah. Tap that thing. All right. Yeah.
That was both dainty and impressive. Like there was bass to it, but it was
that a
just
burp?
Yeah. Delicious.
Okay, yeah, it does.
And then it'll add to your AC,
Yep,
but also subtract
from your intelligence.
from your intelligence.
Okay.
Oh, good. You're getting less smart.
Yeah. Big thick dum dum boys getting even
Mc-
dumber.
Hey,
In the story,
Chest beat.
gotta have some detriments.
Just
But
means
yeah.
he's dummy thick.
They are pants.
Yeah, big dumb thick boy. Big magic sword.
God damn it.
Hi, I love
I
you.
wore the shirt. I wore the pool boy shirt
Yeah.
today,
Yeah.
Michael. I know you're listening.
love you.
So,
Guys, if anyone missed my really delightful anecdote about realizing that I
Yeah,
was
fuck
Yusuf
you.
on the Discord,
fuck you.
I highly recommend reading it.
Fuck. I meant to.
Fuck.
So,
Fuck.
so my lovely husband has a habit.
Don't
of
worry about it. It's
posting-
fine. I can Discord fine. I know what I'm doing. I'm a
Posting-
professional.
No, he has a habit of posting things in the wrong channels in Discord.
I meant to send it. I meant to send it to you directly.
So you and this
But
this person have
instead-
something in common.
Instead, he put it in our scheduling channel, which had nothing to do with scheduling. And now he is confused because he sees it in our just like cast general channel, and I posted it.
Yeah, under your name. I was like, how did? That's not where I put that.
I know.